All right, our apologies, folks. Got knocked off the air there for a second, but it's an impressive start here for Wilkes. They lead 31-7 at halftime over FDU. We'll get to them in a second, give you all the stats and whatnot, but Adam Planamento, the Sports Information Office, had a chance to sit down with the men's tennis coach and talk about the individual tournament coming up. Let's take a listen to that.
Good afternoon, Colonel Country, and welcome to another episode of Colonel's Corner. On today's episode, we'll be looking ahead to the Middle Atlantic Conference men's individual tournament. Our guest today is head coach Tor Terranova. Coach, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be here.
Now, before we get into the individual tournament, let's talk about you a little bit, because we haven't really had a chance to introduce you to our Wilkes faithful. Can you just kind of talk to us a little bit about your coaching history and how you ended up at Wilkes?
That's a really good question. So a little bit about me is that I have been in Division I athletics for the past 8 years, and so this being my 9th year of collegiate coaching, joining the Division III ranks, which I'm very excited about. I actually got into coaching pretty much right out of undergrad. I started being an assistant for my high school coach. And after taking over my own high school team, I made a jump right from 1 year to being the assistant at the Division I program at the University of Hartford, where I was the assistant for the men's and women's programs for 2 years. And then I took the helm and was the head coach for 3 years at the University of Hartford. From there, I transitioned to being the men's assistant at Quinnipiac University. And after 2 years there, I can happily say that I'm here. And a big reason why I think Wilkes was on my radar was that sense of community. A big piece of my undergraduate experience at St. Michael's College had to do with community and had to do with community service and having to do with that type of family atmosphere. And that really attracted me to Wilkes, as well as you see someone, as a lot of the coaching staff here has been a part of this university and a part of this athletic staff for close to a decade, if not 2 decades. That's a big thing for me and my wife. We want to build roots. We want to be a part of a community. We don't want this to be a puddle jump necessarily. We want to come in long term and really try to be a part of this community.
Now, Coach, you take over 2 teams that have essentially dominated the MAC for the last decade or so. Can you just kind of give us a little insight onto what we can expect as your era begins?
I think it's a really good question. I think anyone coming into a system and a setting like this one would be foolish to, quote unquote, make all the changes in the world. And I really think that we're going to have to make changes, and we're going to have to make some growths and maybe change how high our ceiling can be by looking at our overall competition, looking at how we recruit, looking at how we practice, looking at how we train. And from there, probably in the spring, making a more defined 5-year plan. Right out of the gate, thinking about how well these guys have done and ladies have done, but also thinking about the competition in the conference at the same time. I think by increasing our non-conference schedule, trying to increase some more fall tournaments, would that add a little bit more depth, for example, and we're going to be able to then grow our platform and our players in that direction, because we currently go to the NCAAs, and the goal is to, if we're getting NCAAs, the goal is to win NCAAs. The goal is not to participate.
Now let's look ahead to the MAC individual tournament this weekend. We know you've had very limited practice time, but what have you seen from the men as you head into this weekend?
So first and foremost, all the men are going to play this weekend. I think it's really important for any new coaching staff to be able to evaluate all their players. And so under the constraints of the MAC tournament, we as a coaching staff have found a way for all 12 of our men's players to be involved in the MAC tournament, whether it's just playing singles, just playing doubles, or maybe playing singles and doubles. So I'm really excited to watch every one of my kids compete, because I think that's going to give this staff and the players the most data about the fall, especially with how rain-filled the fall has been across the Northeast. I think having them all have the opportunity to play is very important, not only for them, but also for us as a coaching staff to be able to evaluate where we are. And we're only going to be as strong as our weakest link. So by having everyone play, we get to evaluate where that low ring on the totem pole is, and then we get to increase those ceilings.
Wilkes University men's tennis team doesn't have to travel far this weekend for the MAC individual tournament, taking place at both Kirby Park and the Ralston Athletic Complex. Coach, thanks. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, Adam.
So Coach Tor Terranova.
Good afternoon, Colonel Country, and welcome to another episode of Colonel's Corner. On today's episode, we'll be talking with some members of the Wilkes University football team about last week's win and some of the historic milestones they've achieved over the last 2 weeks. Our first guest today is junior quarterback Jose Tabora. Jose, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Jose, this past week against Albright, you set a new program record with 6 passing touchdowns. Can you just kind of talk to us about what this record means for you?
It means a lot because of all the stuff that me and my team and I have been through over this offseason, and none of it would have been possible without my coaches and my protection and my great receivers and great plays called. All of it goes to them. They were there for me every step of the way this offseason, and I'm just happy that I can give them back what they gave me.
Now, Jose, you essentially threw a walk-off touchdown to senior wide receiver Jeff Stieber. Can you just kind of take us through that play and what you saw?
Coach Jock saw something from the sideline that he knew was going to work, and we just had to execute it properly. And all the reps that we had during the week, we threw that ball probably 20 times during the week. So when it came down to the game, we just were hoping it was open, and it was open. So we just had to make the throw that we practiced like 20 times. So it was very fortunate to be that open, though.
Jose, thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Thank you.
We continue discussing the recent exploits of the Wilkes University football team. We now bring in senior wide receiver Jeff Stieber. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you surpassed the 1,000-yard mark for your career last week against Albright. Can you just kind of tell us what reaching this achievement means for you?
It's something that we go out there and practice every day, so it's not really something that is an accomplishment for me. I expect it because our offensive line, they're always working hard. Our quarterback works extremely hard, and I just go out there and do my job, and what happens, happens.
Now, with 11 seconds left on Saturday, you caught the winning touchdown from quarterback Jose Tabora. With all the stuff that's happened in the last couple weeks, can you just kind of take us through what all the achievements and the wins mean to you?
It certainly means a lot, especially coming off the season last year. We go out there every week. We're working extremely hard. We want to win and hoping to keep it rolling in the right direction.
Wilkes University football setting new highs, reaching new records. Jeff, thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Thanks for having me.
So Jeff Stieber joining Adam Planamento there from the Sports Information Department, Wilkes University. 31-7 is the score at halftime here. It's Wilkes dominating over FDU at the break, 31-7. It was a painfully efficient half, I should say, for Jose Tabora. 19 of 24, 286 yards, and 4 touchdown passes for Jose. 3 of them going to Jeff Stieber, who has 8 catches for 123 yards already in this game. The Wilkes defense has played well as they've been able to hold off FDU, at least as far as gaining too many yards. Only 97 yards of total offense for the FDU-Florham Devils. Coming into this game, they've been averaging nearly 400 yards of offense. 2 turnovers, a punt to boot as well. It's been very, very good football all around from the Wilkes Colonels as they lead this game 31-7 at the break here. Again, Stieber, 8 catches, 123 yards, and 3 scores. Juan Salas Negron got things started with a 49-yard touchdown catch. Justin Deem has 2 catches for 31 yards. Derek Nelson, 2 catches for 30 yards. Nick Yannick, 2 catches for 13 yards. Jordan Jones, a catch for 20 yards as well, that was able to convert deep in FDU territory. And as we go inside the numbers even further, 5 possessions, 4 touchdowns and a field goal for Wilkes. 18 first downs so far in this game. They are a perfect 7 for 7 when it comes to third downs in this game. Wilkes has dominated. They have really played well. 2 interceptions, as I mentioned, for the defense. They do have 5 penalties for 81 yards, so not the best there. Time of possession. This was something that Coach Drock and I talked about in the pregame. This was something Wilkes was going to have to dominate, eat the clock. That's their best defense against this potent FDU offense, is eating clock, maintaining possession. 21 minutes and 14 seconds of possession to just 8 minutes and 46 seconds of possession. So Wilkes holding on to the football. 59 yards of total offense for Wilkes in this game compared to just 97 yards for FDU. Wilkes has been very good. but there's an entire half still to go. FDU 4-1 on the season, off to the best start in school history pretty much since the mid-90s. Since 1995 was the last time they had a start like this. The most wins they've had in a season since 2005 at 4 right now, already the midway point of the year. But they look like a team in a hurry despite what their record shows. FDU scored 27 straight points in the third and fourth quarters en route to a big victory on the road at Albright. They trail 31-7 at home to Wilkes, and the third quarter is on the way. We'll take a break. When we come back, third quarter action, FDU and Wilkes. You're listening to Colonel Football on the John Mendola Show Network and on GoWilkesU.com.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoch for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoch State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoch State Farm.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com. Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So halftime here at Robert T. Shields Stadium, FDU trails Wilkes 31-7 as we're about ready to get the third quarter underway. It will be the Devils receiving the football. This is the only MAT game on the slate tonight. Everybody else in action tomorrow, Lycoming at Delaware Valley, 12 noon kickoff for that one. Kings travels to Alvernia, the first matchup ever between the Monarchs and the Golden Wolves. That game, a noon kickoff as well. Misericordia, the surprising undefeated in the Conference Cougars, travel to take on Lebanon Valley at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Stevenson at Widener, that game at 1 o'clock as well. So it will be Wilkes kicking off for the third quarter here. Cutteroff has the ball, far side hash, moving left to right for the Colonels on the 35-yard line. Looks like it's Camillo and Rainey back to receive for FDU. Here's the kick, end over end. Slices to the left side, picked up by Rainey at his own 6-yard line, now across his own 20, across his own 25, tiptoes the sideline and knocked out of bounds. Good field position to start here for FDU, out near the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him actually at the 34, and there is an injured Colonel on the far side sideline, so hold on here. Trying to get a look at who it is. Can't see the number. It's on the 28-yard line where he's down. And now up. That looks like it might have been Anthony Washington, the freshman from Montoursville. But he hobbles off and gets looked at by the training staff. 14:54 to go. Here in the third quarter, FDU starting the ball, far side hash, right to left with it. Their own 34-yard line, shotgun, Panzerino, single receiver near side. Green awaits the snap, handoff. It's going to be Rainey running off the right side, and Rainey's got some space, a first down into Wilkes territory, and dives forward So the spark plug getting something started there to the Wilkes 45-yard line. 21-yard pickup for Rainey. So that's a good first play for the Devils from scrimmage there. Shotgun again. Rainey, sidecar left to Green. They're going to run it with him. Now he cuts one way, has to try to cut back, cannot get away from the junior linebacker, Bud Moyer, on the stop. A loss of 1 back to the Wilkes 46-yard line. So Moyer gets in on the stop. Makes it 2nd and 11 now. One receiver near side, Panzarino. It looks like the tight end McCain is near side as well. To the top, it's DeMarcus Price. They've got double tight, one to either side. Rainey sidecar right to Jagger Green. 2nd and 11 from the Wilkes 46-yard line. Gives it off to Rainey, who slips and falls, and down he goes at the 49-yard line. He lost his footing right on the logo, the Devils logo. So he loses 3 on that play and sets up 3rd and long.
3rd down and 14 from the 49.
So after a nice-looking run to open the third quarter, 2 losses here for the Devils as Robert Blakely checks into the game. 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Blakely sidecar left to Jagger Green. Only 90 yards passing in this game for him. Shotgun, 3rd and 14. Back he goes, looking down the right side. Has his man, and it is almost intercepted. It's knocked down. Incomplete. Good defense by Najir Woods. Najir Woods was able to get underneath Price and knock that one away. Almost came down with it. Forces the incomplete pass, and FDU will be forced to punt. Now they should be able to pin Wilkes fairly deep here. Cadis and Yannick back to receive. Macheski gets this one away. High, spiraling punt. Far side taken by Cadis' own 9-yard line. Now cuts up the field. Cadis across his 20 and tripped up right around the 22-yard line. And there is a flag in the middle of the field. Back at the 42-yard line for the Colonels. We'll see who the flag is on here. The umpire and the head official talking about it. 13:04 to go here in the third quarter. Cadis is going to be marked at the 23. And holding called against Amari Peterson. A 10-yard penalty against Wilkes. So that moves them backwards and pins them inside their own 20. Down to, I believe, the 12-yard line. Nope, the 23 is where, or the 13 is where the ball will be marked. So Wilkes, not their worst field position of the night, but 1 yard away from it. They started on the 12, their first possession of the game. That ended in a touchdown. Tabora, 1st and 10 from his own 13-yard line. 2 receivers near side, one to the top out of the shotgun, just going to hand it off and trying to run off that left side, but not finding a ton of space. I think that might have been Wiley as Caceres comes up with the stop.
Wiley on the carry.
Did he get anything on that? I don't think they're going to give him. I think they're giving him no gain on that. Remember, this is a good FDU team against the run. They came into this game ranking 30th in the country, 1st in the conference. 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Pistol for Tabora. He's got Stieber, Salas Negron, and a tight end to the near side. Looks like Nelson to the top. Back goes Tabora under duress. Has to roll out. Throws it near side to Stieber, who catches it inside the 20. Had to come back for it, though, as Tabora was under duress. Had to run away. It's going to be a pickup of about 3. Actually 4 to the 17-yard line. So here's another 3rd down, and this is probably the toughest one yet. 3rd and about 6. Ball on the 18-yard line. Or the 17-yard line, excuse me. Tabora rolls to his left. Looking, has to get rid of it, and it is incomplete. Intended for Stieber, who came back again. He was beyond the sticks, but it went right by him. Incomplete. So that will bring up the first 4th down of the game for the Colonels. Despirito is on to kick. So he stands inside his own 5 at the 2-yard line.
Cutter up to punt.
Colonels, a couple gunners out to the top of the formation. 4th and 6 here for Despirito. Gets the snap. It's a little high. It goes over his head and into the end zone, and he jumps on top of it. So it will be a safety.
Safety.
So that's not good.
The score with 11:32.
And that makes it 31-9 as FDU gets on top of it. The ball, it looked like Despirito started to move to his right as he was about to take the snap, and then it hit his hands and bounced up above his head into the end zone, and he did the only thing you should do there, which is jump on top of it. So it's a safety. It's 31-9, 11:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and now Wilkes will have to free kick it to FDU. Rainey and Camillo stand back. That could be a big play here. The Colonels force a punt, then they get forced to punt, and they can't even get it off. And now you're giving an offense with a little momentum the ball back here. So 31-9, 11:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The ball will be placed on a tee by Cutteroff on the 20-yard line. That's where the Colonels will get this one off. Again, Rainey and Camillo stand back around their own 26-yard line. Cutteroff, the ball on the far side hash. Approaches left to right. Puts his right foot to it. High end over end kick, slicing to the left side. Rainey grabs it. His own 25-yard line. Quickly across the 35. Now tries to cut across the field. Trying to find the edge. Cuts back across the field. Jumps forward across the 40 before he's taken down at the 42-yard line. He is a shifty player. Slippery.
Woods and Sinisgali.
And with 11:22 to go here in the 3rd, FDU starts from their own 42-yard line. They were forced to punt on their last possession. So let's see what Jagger Green and company can do here. He's got Robert Blakely out there. Rainey's back out on the field. Looks like Panzarino to the top. They're not spread as much. They're in a little tighter with the tight ends. They go double tight near side. 2 receivers to the top with Rainey and Panzarino. They bring Rainey in motion, going to pitch it to him. Now Rainey looking to run with it, has to cut up the field, makes one man miss, spins out of another tackler, but can't get away from the 3rd. Down to the 45, a 3-yard pickup. He ran a long way to get those 3 yards.
Spirito made the tackle.
But good push initially there from the Colonels. I think that might have been Trollinger on the stop.
On the play, 2nd down and 7
One to the top,
45.
one to the near side. Double tight either side. Blakely, sidecar left to Jagger Green. 2nd and 7 from his own 45-yard line. 10:50 to go. Right to left, FDU with the football. Handoff, Blakely running up the right side. Now cuts up the middle, has a first down into Wilkes territory, and dragged down at the 46. 9-yard pickup. No, they're going to give him 10 to the 45-yard line.
And that's the Devils.
So the Devils grab their first down there on the 10-yard pickup. Haven't moved the ball well, only 7 yards rushing in the first half, but already moving the ball a little better here in the second half. 1st and 10 from the Wilkes 45-yard line. Ball, far side hash. Green, shotgun. Handoff, Blakely trying to run off the left side, cuts back up the middle, breaks another tackle, and is taken down at the 40. Weber makes the stop. A 5-yard pickup there.
Blakely on the carry, brought down by Tarantelli.
Makes it 2nd and 5 from the Wilkes 40-yard line.
2nd down and 5
Blakely
from
comes
the
off.
40.
The speedy Rainey back onto the field. Price checks out. Panzarino and Camillo go to the top of the formation. Double tight near side with Egan and McCain. Sidecar left, almost to a split end spot, is Rainey. Another first down. Now it's shotgun from the 10-yard line. One to the top, one to the near side. Double tight either side once again. Handoff on the inside give, and trying to get there is Blackman. He breaks a few tackles inside the 10. And I think they'll give him 3 to the 7-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 7.
So 2nd and goal on the 7-yard line. Panzarino and a tight end near side. Looks like it's Price alone to the top with a tight end split to the right, almost in a wing spot. It's Blackman, sidecar left to Jagger Green. 3-down lineman for Wilkes. Throw it near side. It's complete to the tight end. Spinning is McCain, but he can't get beyond the 5. 2-yard pickup.
Complete to McCain.
And that'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Moyer and Shag combine for the stop.
So a couple substitutions running in and out here.
3rd down and goal from the 5.
3rd and goal from the 5. Wildcat with Panzarino taking the snap here. Mahalo Simikowski, I think, was the one that just came onto the field, the linebacker. And a little Panzarino throw to the eligible lineman. Did he come down with it? Yes, it's a touchdown. Panzarino ran to his right, threw the jump pass, and it's complete for the touchdown for FDU. Jose Caceres, the defensive lineman, I think was the one that came down with it. How about that? A little inventive play calling there, as that one's up and good for Macheski. So Caceres on the 5-yard touchdown catch from Panzarino, and FDU inches closer. 31-16, 7:49 to go, 3rd quarter here. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and GoWilkesU.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokach for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokach State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokach State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol & Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol & Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza, delicious pasta dishes, scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol & Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So Jose Caceres on the 5-yard touchdown catch on a pass from Mike Panzarino, and then a 15-yard penalty, a personal foul called against the Colonels that will let FDU kick off from the 50-yard line. If you're Wilkes, I think you'd be wary of a possible onside kick here from FDU. This is a good position to do that. Let's see. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the kick. It's high. It's end over end. It's going to go into the end zone. It will be immediately fair caught, and Wilkes will bring this out to the 25-yard line. So 7:49 to go. And the Colonels will get the ball. 1st and 10 here. Ball out on the 25-yard line for Wilkes. Now, the last possession did not go well for Wilkes. It was their first 3 and out. And then to add insult to injury, a fumbled snap more or less for Alex DeSpirito, the punter, goes over his head. He has to jump on top of it in the end zone for a safety. That turns into points for FDU. 1st and 10 from the 25 with 7:49 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wilkes had a perfect first half on offense. Tabora shotgun. Nelson, Yannick near side. Salas Negron and Stieber to the top. 2x2. Wiley sidecar left. Back goes Tabora. Quick pass to the outside. Complete to Salas Negron. Great wide receiver screen. One Salas Negron, a first down out across the 35-yard line, down at the 38. A 13-yard completion. Man, he's had himself a game so far. 4 catches for 78 yards for Juan. Jose Tabora, 301 yards passing in this game. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Stieber and Salas Negron near side. Looks like it's Nelson to the top. Shotgun. Sidecar right, Wiley. They've got a wing right as well. Handoff going to be Wiley trying to find the edge, and he's able to get out across the 40 before he's dragged down. I think that might have been Turner that rode him for a little bit. Isaiah Turner, one of the best defensive 2nd and 8 from their own 40-yard line for the Colonels. They lead 31-16 over FDU-Florham. There's 6:44 to go here in the third quarter. Stieber and Salas Negron near side. Nelson once again to the top. Double sidecar and the shotgun here for Tabora. Handoff to Wiley. Going to try to get around to the edge. Now cuts back up the middle of the field. Able to get something out of nothing. He looked dead to rights in the backfield. Able to move forward somehow to the 43-yard line and grab a tough 3 yards. That's a big, big run there for Wiley. And for Wilkes, at least makes it 3rd and 5 here, a manageable 3rd down. But can they convert? They're 7 of 8 on 3rd downs in this game. 3 to the top. Stieber, Yannick, and Salas Negron. It's Nelson isolation near side. Some pressure on the edges being shown by FDU. Back goes Tabora under duress. They set up another screen. Wiley hit. It's well read. Great job by Stuart Saharic, who makes the stop. A yard loss on the play. They tried to set up the screen to Wiley, and Saharic comes in and makes a play.
4th down and 6 from the 42.
And that brings up 4th down. And the Colonels will be forced to punt. So it looks like Yannick is punting now instead of DeSpirito. And everybody blows their whistles. Field judge says FDU wants a timeout. So they want to talk things over. Remember, Yannick attempted a punt against Albright last week, but he ran to his right before he ended up punting it downfield. So I think that's something Coach Serace wants to make sure his team is aware of. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more here on the Wilkes Football Network, the John Mendola Show Network, of GoWilkesU.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
So 5:17 to go. And they say the game clock should be at 5:19, so that's what it will be reset to. Yannick still out there to punt. 4th and 6 for Wilkes from their own 42-yard line. 2-by-2 in the Gunners for the Colonels. Rainey back to receive. It's a low snap. Yannick gets us away. Low line drive punt that bounces, takes a great Colonel's bounce inside the 25, rolls inside the 20. A great punt to the 18-yard line. It didn't look great off the foot, but it rolls. And FDU starts from their own 18, but they've got a ton of momentum now.
On the 18-yard line.
They trail 31-16 with 5:07 to go here in the third. Mike Panzarino touchdown to Jose Caceres, a defensive lineman. The touchdown this half. So 1st and 10 from his own 18-yard line for Jagger Green. To his right, Al Blackman. One receiver near side, one at the top. Yeah, they're using tight ends a lot more in this half. Is FDU trying to stop that 4-man rush from Wilkes. Green, quick pass to the near side. It's high and incomplete. Intended for Panzarino, cutting across the middle. He got in front of Fink, but Fink was able to get back to him. Maybe make him think about that catch, and it's an incomplete pass. A gorgeous night, Madison, New Jersey here. A little chilly out there. That's not bad. It's football weather. One receiver to the top, one to the near side, another double tight formation. Blackman, sidecar right to Green. They're going to hand it off to Blackman, trying to run off that left edge. He's got some space, and he's tackled out near the 1st down marker. They might mark him a yard shy at the 27.
Brought down by Moyer.
Yeah, the 27-yard line. So a 9-yard pickup. And quickly, they get to the line. Does FDU. trying to pick up this first down. Launch it down the sideline, looking for an offensive player, and knocked away by Fink. It's incomplete. They were looking for Price, trying to catch Wilkes sleeping, but instead the Colonels had it well covered, and it's an incomplete pass. And FDU, they went quick. They tried to hit quick, and they missed an opportunity, and they'll be forced to punt. What a win for the Colonels' defense here with 4:35. Now, Wilkes pretty much all-out block formation here as FDU's in tight. This one high, spiraling. Cadis calling for the fair catch. He got it inside his own 35 at the 33. So the 34-yard line is where Wilkes will take over with 4:29 to go. So the FDU defense has slowed the Colonels down a little bit. Jose Tabora not having a ton of time in the pocket. He hasn't been sacked yet in this game, and that's something FDU has done really well throughout the course of the season, averaging 4.2 sacks per game. That's 9th in the country, 1st in the conference. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Nelson is the near side man. Salas, Negron, and Stieber to the top. Shotgun. Tabora with Wiley to his right. 1st and 10 from his own 34-yard line. Play action. Tabora under duress. Has to get away from trouble, and he cannot break free. There's the sack back at the 31-yard line. A 3-yard loss. He almost broke free, but he couldn't get away on that one. Mihala Simakowski on the stop. We've heard his name a lot in this game. Back to the 31-yard line. It's 2nd and 13 from the 31, under 4 to play here in the third quarter. Can the Wilkes offense get things back on track? Nelson near side. Stieber and Salas Negron to the top. Shotgun. Tight end left. Tabora with Wiley next to him. Now it's tight end right with Justin Deem. Back goes Tabora. 4-man rush for FDU. Tabora under duress. Has to get away again. Gets the pass off, and it is incomplete. He needed to get that one off because Robert Planter had him in his sights. He beat his lineman, came from the blind side, but throws it, and it's incomplete. Great job by Tabora. Good awareness. So where Wilkes was 7 for 7 in the first half, they're 0 for 2 on third down here in the second half. Are they going to go 0 for 3? 3:38 to go in the third. Yannick and Stieber to the top. Nelson near side. The pressure has really ratcheted up from FDU. Shotgun once again. Wiley sidecar right. 3 down linemen for FDU. That's kind of all they rush. Stepping up is Tabora under duress. Throws it underneath to Jordan Jones. Couldn't get it to him. He had his man. He had to get it out quick, though, and Jones couldn't come down with it. So Jones couldn't come down with it, and that will force Wilkes to punt once again from the 31-yard line. The FDU defense has come to play in the second half. 3:32 to go. 31-16, Wilkes in front. So Wilkes has to get this one away on 4th and 13. Here's the snap. That's better this time. Yannick gets this one off. Bit of a wobbler, end over end. Bounces at the 35-yard line. Rolls for Wilkes to the 26, down at the 25. So that is where FDU will take over from their own 25-yard line. Forced to punt on their last possession. 3:20 to go here in the third quarter for Jagger Green and company. One receiver near side is Panzerino. To the top, DeMarcus Price. Double tight once again, either side. Sidecar right to Green is Blackman. He's going to give it to Blackman on the inside give, and he runs right into a defender for Wilkes and driven back pretty much right at the line of scrimmage there. Might have been Vinny Werner on the stop. Yeah, Werner in on the stop. Vinny, a junior from Duncan in PA. No gain for Blackman.
2nd down and 10 for the 25.
Ball is now on the near side hash. Right to left, FDU with the football. One receiver near side, one to the top again. Double tight. Green with Blackman. Sidecar right. Claps. Waits for the snap, gets it. Handoff, Blackman. It's complete, but it's short of the first down marker. Lucas Wood on the stop. It was complete to Camillo. But he's only able. Shotgun for Tabora. 2-by-2. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Tabora throws it short. It's almost intercepted. Intended for Yannick. It's incomplete. And he's lucky.
Pass intended for Yannick, incomplete.
Come on. You got to be kidding me with this.
2nd down and 10 from the 29.
Back goes Tabora. He's hit. And he tried to get it away, and it's complete to Yannick. He shoveled it forward.
Tabora's pass intended for Skeever is incomplete.
Sorry, folks, you might have lost us
1st
there.
and 10 from the 34.
But we're back. Apologize for any technical difficulties. You didn't miss much. You missed another punt from Wilkes. 16 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for FDU from their own 34-yard line. Green throws it across the middle. It's complete for a first down. Out to the FDU 49 is where they'll mark that for 15 yards. That's the first completion to DeMarcus Price. And with 6 seconds left on the clock, we'll see if FDU tries to get one more playoff here. One receiver to the top, one to the near side. They're not going to get it. So that's the end of the third quarter. We move to the fourth. Wilkes clinging 31-16. They lead FDU-Florham. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter on the way. You're listening to Wilkes football on the John Mendola Show Network and GoWilkesU.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways.
Trying to make some things happen here after a 15-yard pickup.
1st and 10 from the 49.
Jagger Green out there with Rainey to his right. Near side, it's Price. To the top, Panzarino. Double tight once again for the Devils. 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Ball far side hash. Left to right. Back goes Green. Looking to get rid of it. Under duress. Has to run away. Now, flush to his left. Throws it downfield, and it's out of bounds, incomplete.
Green's